and welcome to another follow along. Today's follow along is based on climbers flexibility. So if you're a climber and looking for a warm up to do before any of your climbs, then this is the video for you. So we're going to be looking at building in some wrist mobility, shoulder mobility and hip mobility, just to make sure that you are nice and comfortable with all your reaches and well mobilized. So we're going to get started. We're going to get started in a quadruped position, so on your knees and your hands, and we're just going to alternate between the cat and the cow. So with these movements, all we're looking at doing is tucking the head in, pushing the belly button up, and then looking forwards and pushing the belly button down, as you can see through the video. I'm trying to round through the spine as much as possible in each direction. As I push up, I'm going to breathe out, and as I push down and lift the head, I'm going to breathe in. Control that breathing each rep, and going for a few more of these. And after these cat-cows, we're going to do some quadruped thoracic rotations. So in that all fours position, we're just going to pop our one hand on the head, and that same side, we're just going to bring the elbow down to the opposite hand and then open up all the way. So coming down, reaching towards the hand, and then opening up through the spine all the way into that top position. Just repeating this a few times per side, and then we're going to swap sides. So once again, popping the hand on the head, and then bringing the elbow down to the hand, and then open up all the way, lifting the elbow as high as possible. Take a deep breath in as you lift, breathe out as you lower. Again, just a couple on this side as well. Just looking at building a little bit of rotation into the spine will help to reach some of your further holds. From here, staying in that quadruped position, we're just going to lift one arm and the opposite leg all the way up. This one's called a bird dog, and we're looking at squeezing through the shoulder and squeezing the foot as high as possible. So alternating sides, left arm, right leg, left arm, just trying to stay balanced, and again just really helping to reach for those long holds. Bringing the hand and the foot as high as you can, alternating sides. And finishing that one off there, we're just going to stay in that position there, but we're just going to step the feet slightly back and drop the hips down to the floor. This is called a cobra or an upward dog position. In this position, we're just looking at bringing the hips down to the floor, looking forwards, and just squeezing the glutes. And from there, we're going to lift the hips and come into a downward dog position. And what we're looking at doing is just alternating between those two positions. So now bringing the hips back down to the floor, looking as high as you can, maybe shifting from side to side just to feel any tight points. Coming onto your toes, lifting the hips, pushing the head through the shoulders. In this downward dog, we can think about walking through the toes to give a good stretch through the calves. And then back into the cobra position or upward dog. Again, just rotating side to side, finding any tight points. If you find a significant stretch in a specific place, just hold it. Just get comfortable. Again, coming into that downward dog, just walking those feet out. Or if you feel comfortable just in a stretch, then just hold that position and relax that off there. Coming back into the quadruped position, we're going to now look at stretching out the wrists. So we're going to take the fingers facing both sides of the room, and we're just going to rock from side to side. So the fingers are facing away from each other, and the palms are on the floor, inside of the wrists close together there. From here, just going from side to side, bring the shoulder over one hand at a time. And here just trying to keep the palms on the floor and just trying to find a point of stretch. From there we're going to take the fingers facing your knees, hands at shoulder width, and we're just going to circle around a few times. So I'm rocking to the side and forwards and backwards, creating circles with my shoulders. I'm going to do a couple circles in one direction, and then should also do some in the other direction. From there, we're going to just come into that quadruped position again, and this time we're going to flip the hands around. So what I'm doing there is I'm flipping the hands, and when I flip them over, the fingers are facing the other hand. When I flip them back, the fingers are facing in front of me. And when I flip them, I've got both palms up, facing me, and then back round. Again, one side at a time. Flip those hands round, you should feel a really good stretch through the top of that wrist. Again, we're just looking at mobilising different points of the wrists, and relax that off there. Now into the shoulders, we're going to come into a side lying position, and from here just relax your head down, bring your knees into about 90 degrees, and we're going to just circle the hands around. So we're looking at just giving a good stretch through the shoulders. Think about sliding the hands across the floor, finding a good stretch through the shoulders, match the hands each time. Again, just bring that moving hand down to the hips. Just a couple of circles one side, and then flip over to the other side, and we're going to do a couple circles on this other side. So again, a couple circles there. Last big circle. Trying to keep the hand in contact with the floor at all times, and then relax it off there. Just coming into a seated position once again, we're going to take the feet wider than the hips, and we're going to have the knees at 90-degree angle. From here, just going to drop the knees from one side to another, trying to get the knees all the way down to the floor, and in that bottom position, we again want 90 degrees in both of the knees. Just trying to take the knees as low as possible, keeping the chest facing forwards. Just a couple hip swivels here, just to get comfortable. With a bit of rotation into those hips. Last couple of reps. And whenever you're feeling rested, we can come back into that quadruped position, and we're just going to do a couple of quadruped circles. I don't really have a good name for this, but from here we're just lifting one knee, and we're doing as big of a circle as we can. So lift that knee off the floor, bring it to the elbow, and then circle all the way around. And over to the other side, we're going to do the same thing. Bring the knee to the elbow, and then bringing the knee as high as possible, and then as far back as possible, keeping a 90-degree angle at that knee. Again, that's just looking at building a little bit of active mobility into those hips. From there, we're going to come back into the cat and cow, just pushing through the shoulders in that top position, collapsing through the shoulders, looking forwards. Focus on that breathing out and breathing in as you bring the belly button down. And that's it for the warm-up. Let me know how you found it, and if you've got any questions, drop them below.